There isn't a single person in the world who doesn't recognize Sonic. He's a global phenomenon. Even those who've never played the game or watched the Blue Hedgehog in action know who he is.
Try to keep up.
But if you're a true Sonic fan, did you catch the hidden Easter eggs in the movies?
We got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find him?
For example, in the Sonic 3 trailer, the scene where Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are about to face off against Shadow in Osaka, Japan, is literally a reimagining of the opening scene from Shadow the Hedgehog released in 2005 for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. In the game's animation, we see Shadow's feet as he walks through a destroyed city at night. Then, the angle shifts, and he's seen from below, as if he's towering over us. Take a look, it's practically the same scene. Cool, right? There are still plenty of other Easter eggs we found and saved to show you from the Blue Hedgehog's movies. So if you're a Sonic fan, grab your popcorn and join us for another Cinewave. Still drawing from Shadow the Hedgehog's solo game, there's the scene where the anti-hero beats up gun soldiers, and this moment in the trailer might be a nod to an epic part of the game's opening, where Shadow battles the Black Arms. Check it out and let us know in the comments if the movie team nailed it. One of the trailer appearances for the new Sonic movie featured animatronics of the Chows, those cute little creatures from the Hedgehog's universe. But the Chow that really stands out is Cheese, who shows up right in the middle of the scene. We know it's really him because of the red bow on his neck, and that's the only way to spot Cheese among the other Chows. You know what that means, right? It's almost certain that Cream, who is his caretaker and best friend, will make an appearance in the film. The next Easter egg might be a mild spoiler for what's going to happen in the movie, but don't worry, we won't ruin the experience for you. If you take a good look at the trailer, you'll see that in London, one of the fight scenes is about to happen, and at one point, a flying station, possibly the Ark Station, emerges from the Thames River and begins to fly. This scene looks a lot like a bombshell event, literally. In Shadow the Hedgehog, a very similar space station enters Earth's orbit and is about to fire a deadly laser cannon at the planet. Could Eggman be planning to destroy London? The cool things hidden in the Blue Hedgehog's franchise aren't just in the third movie's trailer. We've also compiled the best Easter eggs from the first two films. One of them is from the first movie when Sonic is in his cave and we see him playing ping pong by himself using a traffic sign with the name Hilltop. That's the name of one of the stages in the hero's second game. Still in the first movie, when Sonic is training with nunchucks, you can see a white band tied around his head with artwork from the opening Sonic games drawn on it. Cool, right? Makes you want to fire up the console. In his cave, when Sonic looks at the map of the worlds, you can spot the Sega Saturn symbol. What? You don't know what the Sega Saturn is? It was a video game console that competed with the first gaming systems of the 1990s. Sadly, the project didn't take off and didn't sell much, even though it was a big bet to replace the Mega Drive and go head-to-head with PlayStation. Don't know what a Mega Drive is? Okay, either you're really young, or I'm just getting too old. If you've ever played any of the classic Sonic games, drop a comment with the hashtag #Gamer. In both the first and second movies of the franchise, there's a hilarious dig at Sonic's biggest rival, Mario. In the 2020 adaptation's cave scene, Sonic uses one of his rings to open a portal to the Mushroom Kingdom and mentions how much he hates mushrooms.
I hate mushrooms.
In the second movie, Dr. Eggman is trapped in the same kingdom, and the villain takes it a step further by smashing some of the mushrooms and spitting them out, hinting that anyone who eats them must be crazy. Do you think Mario felt that jab? At the end of the first movie, Sonic moves into the attic of Tom and Maddie's house, and you can see that his bed is shaped like a car. If you've read the comics, you know this is a direct reference to the graphic novels. The island where we first see the hero is based on the first level of the original Sonic the Hedgehog game. This level is called Green Hill Zone, and this detail is awesome because the film's producers brought the iconic first setting of the Hedgehog straight to the big screen. It's like taking a trip back in time and starting fresh. Looks like paradise, right? I'd love to live there. The first fight between the Blue Hedgehog and Knuckles in the second movie is a reimagining of the battle between these characters in the Sonic X anime. In this fight, Sonic uses his special attack where he transforms into a high-speed spinning ball to take down his opponent. But everyone knows Knuckles is tough, and he blocks Sonic's attack mid-air. In the second movie, when Agent Stone activates a weapon for Robotnik, we see that the satellite is shaped like an egg, just like in the Sonic comics. During the dance-off when Tails and Sonic challenge some guys at a bar to see who can dance better, the moment where Sonic pauses mid-air is a reference to the Sonic Adventure cover. This next scene is a super cool homage. During a bar fight involving Sonic and Tom, our hero starts running so fast to fix the situation that we see everything in slow motion. This is a nod to Quicksilver from the movie X-Men Days of Future Past. In that scene, Quicksilver runs to defeat guards who are shooting, and he uses the surroundings to mess with his enemies. Sonic does the same thing, and both scenes have a fun soundtrack to match. And now, looking ahead to the future, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notifications. Now take a look at this scene from the battle in the second movie when Eggman and Knuckles invade the Long Claw Frozen Temple, surrounding Sonic and Tails. In this scene, the two have to escape, leading to an action-packed sequence involving snowboarding where the Hedgehog has to dodge robots and an avalanche. Anyone who played Sonic Adventure probably shed a tear of nostalgia because there's a level called Ice Cap Zone where the two heroes have to do exactly that to progress to the next stage. It's important to note that in the movie, the challenge is for Sonic and Tails, and in the game, the level is also designed for both characters. In the fake wedding scene of the second movie, Tom gets a phone call, and his ringtone is the theme from Sonic the Hedgehog. We know it's just a way to grab the attention of the game fans, but it's kind of cute to think that Tom's ringtone reminds him of Sonic. When Sonic is about to fight Eggman at the end of the first movie, he does his iconic impatient foot tapping while waiting for something to happen. At the end of Sonic 2, there's a robot that serves as the boss for the last level, Death Egg Zone, and it's a giant metal scary version of Dr. Eggman. In the final scene of the second movie, the badnik that the villain builds using the power of the Chaos Emerald is precisely that same robot. It's impressive how the film productions managed to bring elements from the various Sonic media together in such a natural and fun way, don't you think? Here's a really cool tidbit. In the first movie, Sonic mentions actor Keanu Reeves, who shot The Matrix and starred in the movie Speed, which is Sonic's favorite, where he has to help Sandra Bullock drive a runaway bus. Sonic says the actor is a national treasure.
Keanu! You are a national treasure.
And now in the third film, the actor will portray Shadow. I bet the production was already considering casting him for the role back then. What do you think? Speaking of Shadow, the trailer features one of the coolest references to the animation Akira, where a character named Kaneda drifts on his motorcycle using his foot in an electrifying action scene. And in the third film, the Black Hedgehog is set to pull off the same stunt. Pretty cool, right? This next Easter egg is more of a fun nod from Jim Carrey, the actor who plays Robotnik, rather than something directly related to the Sonic universe. Back in the 90s, he almost landed a role in one of the most famous movie franchises, Jurassic Park. For those who haven't seen the film, Jim was supposed to play the character Ian Malcolm, who is one of the protagonists in the first movie. But at the time, he wasn't as well known and lost the part to actor Jeff Goldblum. In Sonic, Jim Carrey has a scene where he's escaping from a Tyrannosaurus Rex, the most iconic dinosaur in pop culture. There are many more references in the Sonic films that bring together elements from the comics, animations, games in the franchise, and even from other productions. This is how the films have managed to achieve a successful second sequel. If you enjoy Easter eggs like these, we've prepared 2 more awesome videos for you to watch. See you in the next video!